Hey, what's up? I'm Bucket Ponds, and today I have a bit of an issue. I don't rely on water changes, and I don't use too much filtration. I don't actually do any water changes. So with my farm tank, instead I have a lot of plants in there that handle most of the filtration. But at this point, and every so often, once a month or so, you got to get in there and you got to trim some of the plants. You got to pull some things out. And in my case, I rely mostly on macroalgae. Specifically StoneWort, Chara. So today we are going to get out here. We're going to pull some Chara out of the farm tank, and yeah, I'm going to start a new container out here. We're going to come out here, and we're going to add a new bucket somewhere out here. Maybe a small container, but just like these, except it'll be aquatic, and it'll be full of StoneWort and bladder snails. So here we go. Just a quick note: all my plants are locally collected, except for my caladiums. But all my aquatic plants, all my bladder snails, all this stuff is from the area, so I can keep them outdoors without worrying about any kind of invasive issue. But yeah, so in this case I've decided to use another 5-gallon bucket out here. Just an old trash bucket. You can find them anywhere. You can buy them new too, but why buy stuff when you have it laying around? You can see in here, there's an old rust ring, some stuff in there. I'm gonna spray it out real quick, and I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Chara is pretty powerful when it comes to detoxifying the water, if detoxifying is a word. But anyway, I'm gonna throw some duckweed in there too, and maybe some sand in the bottom. So let's get on that, and then I'll show you the farm tank. Alright guys, so as you can see here, I've gotten most of that crap off the tank, or off the bucket I guess. I just scrubbed it pretty good there. No soap or anything like that, just scrub it up. This old paint bucket here. And yeah, I think it's going to work well. One more good rinse. Dump that out. Fill her back up. While that's filling, we're going to grab some kind of substrate. Let's see what we can find. I have here some pond pebbles from Home Depot. Cheap stuff, great stuff. You can see them right here. I'm just going to rinse them off. Always rinse rocks, especially if you buy them from somewhere like Home Depot. You can't take any chances, you know. Yeah, just rinse them up. And now we're just going to throw them in the tank after we drain the water off. There we go. And we're just going to drop them right in there. Nothing fancy. I'll set this off to the side. Use that to wash some more stuff later on. Oh, there we go. And there you have it. There's the beginnings of my Chara bucket pond. Now we gotta go inside and we gotta pull some Chara from the farm tank. So let's get on it. Alright, and we are indoors, and my excellent wife here is gonna help hold the lid open for me so I can pull a bunch of that Chara. And I'm gonna set the camera up right here so you can see. And there you go. There's a good look at the farm tank, and it's a full state. You can tell I grow a lot of Chara in there. We've got some beautiful tetras, some mosquito fish, a couple hundred snails, a couple clams, and some other creatures in there as well. Let's get some of that Chara out. You can tell the tetras are getting a little territorial, being overcrowded like this with all the plants. For pulling Chara, I use some long scissors here. These were like $1 or $2 on eBay, and some long tweezers, just like this. And there's a better look at the Chara. Ooh, it's beautiful. It smells great. Oh, it's amazing. We're gonna put it right here in my temporary holding facility, also known as a small plastic bottle, or small plastic container. I know it looks messy right now, but trust me, it's no different than a natural pond. When something comes through and kicks up a little muck, it settles back down, and then nice, neat, pretty little container, or a pretty little tank. Alright guys, we're back outside, and I have my Chara right here. Oh, I swear it smells good. It is the weirdest thing. You would think it would smell fishy or weird, but So yeah, what we're gonna do is see my tank here, it's a little cloudy. I was just in there rinsing that duckweed off my fingers. But we're just going to take this, and this right here is loaded with bladder snail eggs, bladder snails, all sorts of good stuff, smaller creatures, some duckweed, some mud midget, and we're just going to drop it right in there. And it's the same as my my farm tank. It's going to look a little rough. It's going to look a little strange there at first, but once things settle down, it'll be beautiful. So that's all there is to it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a couple marble stones just to help the snails out, add a little calcium to the water. It's a slow release. It takes a good while for this to actually change the pH of the water, but that's okay. That's not a problem. Plus, in this situation, it'll pin down a little bit of the Chara just to help it get established. And as you can see here, we actually have a fair amount of small duckweed particles and things. I'm just going to throw it in there right there with the stones. But I'm going to try to get this below the Chara. There we go. Yeah. Nothing to it, guys. That's how you start a bucket ponds Chara bucket. I also run a lot of ecospheres and other nature aquariums. I have some of the most successful ecospheres on YouTube. There's plenty of people out there doing it, but they don't have the planning and the knowledge and the will to create something that will last. They just throw some stuff in a container and lock the lid. Some of them don't even close the lid and they still call it an ecosphere. And they're flat out lying to you. Here at Bucket Ponds, full honesty, you see exactly what I do. You see how I do it. It's not always pretty, but that's just like nature. You know, at the end of the day, it is beautiful. So, yeah. Bucket Ponds, Chara bucket. You see a little piece of water lettuce got in there. Despite what they say, water lettuce can't be labeled invasive because they don't know where it's from. That's right. All of our scientific accomplishments, and we can't tell you what continent water lettuce evolved on. So, somebody tells you it's invasive, they don't know. Nobody knows. Anyway, guys, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm going to throw this bucket over here by the Swamp Shack, and I hope to see you again. Drop a comment if you've got any suggestions or comments or questions, anything like that, guys. I'm an open book. You can find me on Facebook, just facebook.com/bucketponds. And, of course, you can find me on YouTube. Y'all help me get some subscribers, man. I would love to get a custom URL. I hate that long list of gibberish that YouTube gives you when you first start. So yeah, help me get there, guys. Love y'all. Take it easy. Oh, and thanks for watching. Yeah.